not involve the American people? No, they need to stay out of this. They shouldn't talk about it in an election. Well, when should issues be talked about?
Republican Senator Jeff Sessions reacting to the president's decision to delay any action on immigration until after the election. And with Congress back in town, opinions about the move continue to pour in, including from Republican colleague Ted Cruz, who will be joined by Senator Sessions at a news conference to talk immigration this afternoon. That should be interesting. Clearly, the president is getting heat from all sides, including some from our next guest, Democratic Congressman Luis Gutiérrez. Good morning, Congressman. Thanks for being with me.
Pleasure to be
you're
with
back
you.
to work on the Hill. Thank you. You are frustrated with the president. We talked about it on Telemundo's Sunday morning show. What does it mean in terms of action that we're going to wait until after the elections?
Well, it means there's about 1,000 people deported every day, so hundreds of American citizen children will lose their mom or their dad. So there are real consequences to the lack of action. You know, Jose, this is kind of, let's do what we think is smart, right? And let's do the safe play. We've got 4 or 5 states. Immigration apparently doesn't do really well when they poll in those 4 or 5 states. There's Democratic senators there. They want them reelected. So we're going to stop justice. We're going to stop fairness. And we're going to have public policy maybe that we can't really be proud of. And that's what happens when you play it safe and you walk away from your core principles and belief. I think the Democratic Party, if it's going to be a party for justice, has to be a party for justice all of the time, not just when it's politically convenient. 2012, Jose, you remember at Democratic Convention, they took undocumented youth, immigrant youth, and had them speak to roaring crowds and cheer.
First time ever.
First time ever.
First time ever we saw that.
Undocumented youth were there speaking. The crowd were roaring. We were so proud of A, the public policy that we had fostered that would allow them to come forward, and B, that the crowd would accept them. I think they're ready to accept their moms and dads, and I think that's part of what we need to do. So I'm going to make sure we tell the stories about who's being left behind.
All right, but Congressman, let's talk, because the fact is that you get things done in politics if you have majorities or larger minorities working with you. And so if the president takes an action now that will have a direct negative effect on his support base in the Senate and in the House, why not wait those for a few weeks and let him get what he needs to him, and this is what the White House will tell you, it's told you as well, they'll be in a stronger position after the elections.
Well, look, there's nothing I can say, Jose, that's going to change the president's mind or change the course of events moving forward. So here's what I'm going to do. I've already called out. I'm sure the president will gather us together and meet with us, and I look forward to that meeting. I'm going to continue to talk to Jay Johnson, who is the Secretary of Homeland Security, who I think is doing a terrific job of keeping us secure, both from internal and external threats, but at the same time has demonstrated a true willingness to work with our immigrant community and the issues that affect us, and has shown some real compassion. So I'm going to work with them to work to making the November announcement a resounding success, and something that is broad, humane, and generous, because in the interim period, see, I don't think you win here, because you're going to have the Ted Cruzes of the world and the Jeff Sessions of the world continue to talk about the president and immigration, and that he didn't take the action, and that he's doing it political. So it's not like you've taken the issue off the radar screen or off the table of political debate. Republicans are going to continue to talk about it. So I thought it would be best to move forward. There's a lot of cynicism out there about politics in Washington, D.C. And here now we're saying, oh, we don't want the public to know what we're going to do or be able to judge what we're going to do. We're going to wait till after the election.
Congressman, the other issue that the White House will tell you is that really, if this issue was brought up now, it could really poison the well for any future possibility of immigration reform out of the legislature.
Sure. And look, there are people out there waiting for the president to be their champion. I'm waiting. I'm not giving up on Barack Obama. I know he's going to do the right thing. I'm going to work with him. He's made the decision. I'm going to work with him to make sure that the decision is brought and that it's understood. So here's what I'm encouraging those in the immigrant community, in the advocacy community. Let's tell the story of the people that Barack Obama wants to give protection under executive authority. Let's talk about the guy or the woman who's been here for more than 10 years. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about people who've been here 10, 11, 12, 13 years, have roots in their community, are working and raising families. And they're ready, Jose, to take their fingerprints at their own expense, hand them over to the FBI, go through a background check, and make sure that they don't present a threat to America, and then get a work permit so they can work. I think if the American public were to look at that, they'd say, that's the right thing to do, Luis.
Luis Gutiérrez from Illinois, thank you so much for being with me
Jose.
this morning. Appreciate your time. And a reminder,